After a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Lumberjacks of Louisville. On the visitor's sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Stroud. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Gain of 16 yards. And
throwing now is Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the 1st down.
16 more yards.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And now look at this. Big gain by Foles. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Recovered by the offense.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Stroud looking to change the play. A run once more to Hampton. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Hampton. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. A very early decision to be made here.
There is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it.
And he will get it across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown.
Los Angeles.
Omarion Hampton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. I think going for it there on the opening drive, CD, if you're that close to the end zone, seems like a no-brainer, and they're able to cap things off with a touchdown.
I think that he was imagining the message he would send to his team if he called for the field goal unit at that point. Great drive, got it all the way down there. You're telling your offense, I believe in you, and you're also telling your defense, hey, if they don't score, we've got it covered.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Solid return, pretty good field position. They start at the 32. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know the good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs, you know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And Stroud now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards on the play. That's another Chargers 1st down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack.
A loss of 5 yards. It's 2nd down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Well, one of the linebackers has got him. Maybe 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week. And now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that he did not lose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go give me some water, guy, please?
Yeah, all right. 2 home. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
The 38-yard line.
A run here with Bigsby. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
47-yard line.
2nd down in the yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Barkley inside handoff. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Off the play fake, Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively, and now he brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Incomplete.
Now on a field goal unit here.
On for the field goal.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because
looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Louisville offense back out now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Daniels. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
On the stop. Brought down back.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Barkley. Still going. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lumberjacks add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the and a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Let's go. Ready.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3.
Nice. Here we go. Ready.
Now Daniels. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They go play action. Daniels. A rifles one that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Stroud looking to throw. That's caught by Harrison, right side.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be second down.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Stroud to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. Jalen Waddle deep to return it. That's pulled in at the 32. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off? Keep everybody here. He's going to stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have moved him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
We'll see how much they give him the ball here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2.
To the air goes Daniels. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed.
Our trip around the NFL starts now with a good matchup in the NFC. All right, Brandon, thanks much. Lots to get to from a jam-packed Sunday of football. Let's get right into it. And it's Jordan Whittington. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. A 55-yard touchdown. The Rams are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital, looking in on the Commanders as they play host to the San Francisco 49ers. And it's Tyler Algier. Looking for a hole, finds one, and he hits the turbo. The Commanders are in the win column. They win it in front of the home faithful and move to 1-1. One more to bring you up. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys hosting the Chicago Bears. And it's the lefty, Michael Penix, putting this one on a dime. 34 yards to the end zone. The Bears even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter.
and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Lumberjacks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the board and start pushing and try to get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's Stroud. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Louisville first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Hands it off out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Daniels. To the sideline and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's a give to Barkley. Now he's loose again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after right down the middle, and the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit, a loose football. first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the run, it's Barkley. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run, not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Okay, ready?
It's Barkley on the counter. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Harrison Beavis on for the field goal.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though that's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And able to get this out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll check this one down to Hampton. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And it's complete to his running back, Hampton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard
Stroud sets up the play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, it's Stroud. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? That's another Charger.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. Well,
offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games who's going to crawl under a rock until it's over.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
70. Go.
Daniels looking to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
To throw is Daniels. Going to be taken in here by McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's good.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Inside the 10. And they're going to score again. Young's number touchdown as they just added their totals. Yeah, the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Lumberjacks 41.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened down here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coach.